नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटियाओ। माई सेल्फ डॉक्टर हिना मेवाड़ा, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ प्रसूति एंड स्त्री रोग, फैकल्टी of Ayurvedic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. In today's topic, I am going to discuss about retroversion of uterus. The retroversion is nothing but backward displacement of the uterus. It is defined as when the long axis of the corpus and cervix are in line and the whole organ turns backward in relation to the long axis of birth canal. The retroflexion term signifies a bending backward of the corpus on the cervix at the level of internal os. The both retroversion and retroflexion conditions are togetherly called retroversion or retrodisplacements. The incidence of retroversion is 15 to 20%. See, this is the normal anteverted antiflexed uterus where the long axis of the birth canal make an angle of 90 degree to the long axis of the whole uterus. It is called anteverted uterus, and in antiflexed condition, the long axis of the corpus are turned forward and make an angle of 120 degree to the long axis of the cervix. In retroversion condition, the whole uterus turns backward in relation to the long axis of the vagina or birth canal. And in retroflexed condition, the whole corpus turns backward or bends backward on the cervix at the level of internal os. Now, what are the degrees of retroversion uterus? There are 3 degrees. In first degree, the fundus are vertical and pointing toward the sacral promontory. And this is the normal position of the uterus in front of the rectum and behind the bladder. In first degree of retroversion, the fundus lies vertical toward the sacral promontory. This is the sacral promontory. In second degree, the fundus lies in the sacral hollow but not below the internal os. This is the second degree, and this space is the sacral hollow. And in third degree, the fundus lies below the level of internal os. In third degree, fundus lies below the level of internal os. The external os direction in first degree is downward, in second degree is forward, and in third degree upward and forward. Now, what are the causes of retroverted uterus? It can be congenital due to the developmental defect because of lack of tone of uterine muscle. It is often associated with short vagina with shallow anterior vaginal furnaces. Now, acquired causes. The first one is puerperial cause. In puerperium, retroversion is occurred due to the stretching of supporting ligament. During prolapse condition, because of mechanical dragging, and in tumor like fibroid in posterior or anterior wall, which will produce heaviness of the uterus. Hence, the uterus fall behind. And the fourth one is pelvic adhesions and endometriosis, which pulls the uterus posterior. Now, clinical features. In mobile retroverted uterus, the symptoms are mostly asymptomatic. When symptoms occur, then chronic pelvic pain, backaches, dyspareunia, and infertility. Infertility is because of external os is away from seminal pool at the posterior fornix during coitus. So sperm can't reach to the uterine cavity and patient can't conceive. Now coming to the sign. In bimanual examination, the cervix is upward and forward and body felt through the posterior fornix. See, this is the cervix where the os is upward and forward. and the size is difficult to assess. In per speculum examination, external was pointed upward. The investigations which are done, that is USG, HSG, and pessary test. The pessary in pessary test, pessary is inserted for about 3 months after correction of uterine position to anteversion. When no any symptoms found during this period, and after removal of pessary the symptom is revert back, then it is called retroverted uterus. In fixed retroverted uterus, the symptoms are menstrual irregularity, dysmenorrhea, chronic pelvic pain, and dyspareunia. During bimanual examination, failure of replacement of uterus by moving cervix, so not confirm the diagnosis. The upper rectal examination confirms the fixed retroverted uterus diagnosis. Now, differential diagnosis. The first one is hard fecal mass in the rectum, which is confirmed by per rectal examination. Second one is a small fibroid on posterior wall of uterus, which is confirmed by USG. And third one is a small ovarian cyst in pouch of Douglas, which also confirmed by USG. Now, what is the treatment plan in retroversion? If no any symptom occur, there is no need of treatment. In puerperial cases, the prophylactic treatment are helpful, and in actual cases, pessary and surgical correction are the line of treatment. The prophylactic treatment in puerperium is empty the bladder regularly, increase the tone of pelvic muscle by regular pelvic muscular exercise, and encourage to patient laying in the prone position for a half to 1 hour once or twice daily for 4 week postpartum. In actual treatment, the pessary treatment the pessary is used for pessary test, for subinvolution of uterus, and during pregnancy where the spontaneous correction fails to occur by 12 to 14 weeks. The most common pessary is used as Hogg-Smith pessary. The pessary is acted by stretching the uterosacral ligament so as to pull the cervix backward. The surgical correction is done by Gilliam's operation, in which plication of round ligament is done on both sides extraperitoneally to the undersurface of anterior rectus sheath. This operation, because of this operation, it pull the uterus forward and maintain it permanently in the same position. This is the method of insertion of pessary, where the stretching of uterosacral ligament is done by inserting pessary, so the cervix is pulled backward. Thank you so much. Uh, I hope you all are satisfied with my session. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0. If you have any queries, please write in comment box so I will resolve it.